WOMC HD1 Detroit. The Sunday edition with Alisa Z, with information on health, education, and events all around Metro Detroit from the CBS Radio studios. Here's Alisa Z.
Good morning. I'm Alisa Z. If you're listening to this, and I am joined by a dapper gentleman in the studio, and his name is Thiru Ganesan. Did I do that well? Did I do you justice, Thiru?
You got it right.
All right. Yay, me. And Thiru is actually the new chief cook and bottle washer, the new head of Kyyba Inc. Let's tell people first, what is Kyyba?
So Kyyba is a IT and engineering staffing firm. We do staffing, we do project development on IT and engineering.
And you're based here in Michigan, yes?
We are based here right here in Michigan.
How many people do you employ here in the state?
So we have close to 700 employees.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, I know, and you know that I've met with your brother.
Yes.
And when we talked in the past, we talked about how important it is for people to notice the difference, as you and I discussed before we turned the microphones on, the difference between an illegal immigrant, an illegal alien, somebody who legitimately has come to the United States and become a citizen. People, I'm guessing, sometimes they see you and they go, oh, there's a foreigner in our midst. First of all, why should people say that? But I'm sure you deal with some of that. What are the things that you hear, and how can we dispel the misconceptions that people might have about our very legitimate and successful business people contributing to the Michigan economy when people might raise an eyebrow and go, oh, these foreigners are coming and taking over? No.
This is, I've experienced that. When I came here 20 years back, I came as an immigrant. As a successful, education. Mm-hmm. I graduated computer science engineering degree, and I came here as a work permit, with a proper 4-year degree. And I worked in several, Fortune 50, Fortune 100, companies. So when people look at it, not everybody is aware of, like you said, when they look at a different skin, they may not know very well about their background, what their qualifications are, what they can do, what they cannot do. Right.
Which is a shame. I mean, why are we basing it on that at all?
I would say probably, the exposure of probably they are not experienced in working with those kind of people. As they work more closely with them, they understand what the background is. A lot of my good friends are, local folks. When they met me, they may have a different experience and an opinion, but after they worked with us, socialize with us, they know what we bring in and what we truly are.
I would think people would be happy. Here is somebody with the proper credentials, as you said, your 4-year degree, you studied technology, and you have chosen to come to Michigan, United States of America, and launch a business and employ hundreds of people in our state. You're doing what we're trying to maintain in our state. We're trying to keep people here. We don't want people to get their education and take it somewhere else. We want people to learn and then stay and work and help to build the Michigan economy. So I would think that on paper anyway, someone should be saying, thank you, Thiru, instead of the opposite.
Yeah, people who come here, they, especially, whether they come for education or they come for work, they tend to stay here. They keep the job stays here. They are not going back. There is so much of, wealth of knowledge they acquire by studying in universities, local universities here. And they work for several companies. It helps the companies. It grows the economy, and they pay all the taxes that is, that anyone legally should be paying for it.
Right. There's a fear right now, Thiru, of foreigners. And I'm not saying that word with any malice. I mean, we were all foreigners at some point. This is America. We are built upon the first people landing here being foreigners. So right now, in the midst of much change across the country, there seems to be a building fear. How can we work to shine the light on the successes and on the positives and dispel the fearful notions?
I think it is already transforming that way. If you look at most of the, bigger cities, people are well aware of it because of the diversity that they see.
Yes.
In terms of their work, in terms of the school, in terms of universities, in terms of hospital. You see there are a lot of, different religious, cultural, folks are there. So when they start interacting, in either the workspace or, on and off the, campus, they can feel they're more comfortable once they start interacting with people. That notion keeps changing. But still, if you go back to the countryside, people are there, have that kind of exposure, working with or, interacting with a different culture.
Yes.
There is still, there is still a block, from a countryside. But when you work in a larger, cities, people are more experienced with it.
Right.
People are more comfortable in dealing with different culture and
My 17-year-old was just reminding me of that very thing just a couple of days ago, because she said, Mom, people think that certain things don't go on very much. They're not really happening. She said, but they need to realize it's just that it's not happening right here because of where we live. But we must not turn our backs on the fact that these things are happening even 20 miles away or 100 miles away or 300 miles south. Just because we're in the middle of a more, a less homogenous community, that doesn't mean that we're really a microcosm of what's really happening.
Yes. Because of the people have the fear because if they see and they hear around the world and they think that it can't possibly happen to them. I can understand the fear, but even as an immigrant, I myself have those kind of fears too. But as and things will improve, and
Yes.
I'm sure that it's gonna have a positive change
From your lips, Thiru.